This morning, we are chatting with Curtis Williams, the chairman of the Tobago Division of the TNT Chamber of Industry and Commerce, to find out just how much, if at all, Tobago is going to be affected by this recent announcement. Good morning, Chairman, and welcome to the show.
Good morning to your viewers and listeners. It's a great morning today.
It's wonderful. Welcome and thanks again for being with us on such a beautiful morning. So let's get into the main points of the conversation that a lot of people want to talk about. This whole suspension and whether or not it is going to adversely affect the Tobago economy. Could you shed some light on this for us?
Yeah, definitely. A couple of days ago, our executive met and we discussed the issues of Forex. In my committee, we are a couple of bankers. And the conversation ran about knowing that there's this shortage of cash or Forex in Tobago. And we have and it's been affected on the small business. We have a lot of boutiques and clothing stores and shoe stores and others that depend solely on buying products from abroad, even paying license, etc. Some of the digital folks on them, definitely been affected by not having that availability of US. So now we switch to see where there's this thing brewing because we know that Guyana and accepting TT currency was a bit of sore point once. It wasn't in the media, and now Jamaica get into the spotlight. But we dug deeper into the thing and we realized that there are several issues coming out from our central bank. And we really would like the central bank to give a press release or say something because it seemed like this have emanated from the central bank. And there's probably more into it that someone is not saying to us, but there got to be some sort of transaction or something happens that spurs the central bank to do something or to say something that causes the Jamaica to not accept our TT dollars.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for that. Now, let's go back to what you were saying earlier, of course, about access to Forex particularly. What industries would you say would be the most affected by this in Tobago, or perhaps already are affected by this shortage?
Well, we have a lot of small business on island, and that purchase a lot of stuff from abroad. And these small business can't have access to foreign currency. They have been going on the black market trying to sum up to do what sort of business they have to do. But it's very difficult. They're not supposed to be on the black market. They're supposed to go to the bank and access your funds accordingly to do your business. And here's the reason now that these folks are struggling to get their supplies. Even those in the car parts industry here, they can import the parts that they wanted because of the limited amount of US they can get. So it's very, very much difficult for them. And I know it will continue. We're now getting into the Christmas season where the demand for Forex is great for those who want to travel and for those who need to bring in supplies for resale. And it definitely having a real grim effect on us. I know the minister mentioned something in his budget speech, and we long awaited with bated breath and how it will bring some kind of ease to the small business in Tobago. That's just to understand. These businesses are small businesses, not the big guys, it's not the medium size. It's the very small guys in Tobago will having that real dire effect.
And definitely the small businesses, that is the first thing that comes to mind. But 9 out of 10 times when we see the conversations happening, we see bigger businesses coming up and having their say. So it's great that there is that voice. And we need to continue to see that collaborative effort between chambers such as yourself and the small businesses to raise that awareness. Now, as we speak about collaboration, what collaboration would you say there is between Tobago and Trinidad specifically to deal with these most recent economic concerns?
Well, as we all see in the space, and just recently, the chief sec did invited us as the Tobago Division of the Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Commerce to have dialogue with his executive about the way forward to stimulate the Tobago economy. There was a voluminous document that was given to us. My committee and will definitely study the document. And we will definitely schedule that meeting as soon as possible to meet with the chief secretary and his executive so that we could come up with some sort of concrete plans as the way forward in developing Tobago. Because without that development, without that movement of commerce within the island, we would definitely wouldn't have any much growth, as we can see. Last year was a bit down for us, and we're hoping that this year things will start to pick up going into 2024. But without that dialogue, without that conversation between us and the chiefs and the Tobago Assembly, along with the central government, because we still need, no matter what investment going on in Tobago, we will still need a nod of the central government in certain areas to get license and other restrictions that may be there. So we're hoping that that dialogue continues, and we able to reach out to the Prime Minister or the Minister of Finance to give the necessary all clear to go ahead with the direct investment that may be coming to Tobago.
Oh. Now, as you mentioned that in particular, that dialogue, what strategies could you suggest as chairman, or perhaps would you suggest, in order to navigate the challenges that are already arising because of the lack of Forex and just economic challenges in general after COVID-19?
Well, we actually telling all parties, put the differences aside, the personal differences aside, and let's meet for the benefit of the people of the island. The business community, we are here, and we are more than willing to sit with the meaningful officials of the government, both on the THA side and on the central government side, so that we could have meaningful dialogue for the interests of the people of Tobago, because we are the ones that will suffer at the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely. Are there any potential opportunities for Tobago business amidst the current economic shifts that you can see on the horizon?
Yeah, of course. Coming out of Carnival, the Tobago Carnival, the numbers were showed positive for us. Most of our business on island was exciting about the numbers. But again, that is just one event. But we really need to stimulate the entire economy so that we could get things moving throughout the year, and not just that one-off events. The numbers were really good. Folks do enjoy a lot. The revenue, we can see some of them were really happy about that. They're talking about over 500% in change of revenue from last year. So the numbers did show positive for us for the carnival, and we're looking forward to events of this nature throughout the year, and see how best we could stimulate the economy of Tobago.
What opportunities would you have, Chairman, for those local entrepreneurs who are navigating this market in light of such uncertainty?
Well, we at the chamber, we decided to get involved in having a help desk, a business advisory desk at our office, and we are appealing to all the entrepreneurs on island who are struggling and having issues, that you can visit us at our desk, and we will be able to navigate, because we're soon to launch our business desk and advisory service, something that would be unique to Tobago and Trinidad and Tobago. And I'm so excited that I can't wait until that date reach on the 23rd of November, when we will launch the business desk. And I mean, the media will be invited, so you guys can hear all about what plans we have to stimulate the small business. Keep in mind, Tasha, we're dealing with a small business now, because they're faced with lots of challenges on the island at this moment.
They really are facing a lot of challenges, but one of the things we see is that small businesses continue to rise and continue to, let's say, stamp their name in the industries as much as they can, which leads me to my next question. Would you say that Tobago's economic resilience is different to other islands in the Caribbean?
And that's correct. We definitely have to isolate the numbers. We can't just take Trinidad or take out all the other islands and merge it together. We have to take the data separately and realize. We see some growth in Trinidad. There's some sort of positive growth coming out of Trinidad, because your economy is being stimulated. And hence the reason why we want that said growth in Tobago. So we have to look at the THA, who is the main driver of anything on the island. A lot of things go through the THA, as we may wonder. Our private sector here is pretty much small, but the THA drives a lot of things on the island. So hence the reason why it's important that we have that dialogue with the THA moving forward and getting our business up to the standard they ought to be.
And definitely one of the themes of this conversation I'm realizing is there's the need for conversation. and collaboration between all entities involved in order to push forward and just keep stability, or at least create some more stability in the economy itself in Tobago. Now, one of the things you mentioned, the help desk, definitely has piqued our interest and the interest of our viewers throughout Trinidad and Tobago and the region as we continue to just observe what can be a concerning situation, which takes me to the role of the Chamber, particularly when it comes to fostering economic stability. Aside from the help desk, are there any other initiatives moving forward that the Chamber is taking to ensure that we have a bright future ahead of us?
Definitely. Within that help desk, there's a lot of programs that will be there to stimulate the small business on island. We're talking about folks that are having challenges to scale up their business. And those are unregistered business. We get you registered. Those that are having challenges in doing business with the government and you want to get on the OPR, we're there to assist you to move that way. Those having financial issues. Within our system, we have bankers. We have about 4 banks and major banks on island, and they're more than willing to assist. We even engage the credit union. So we have in dialogue as we speak to have the credit unions being part of the financial product for Tobago, because we know a lot of Tobagonians vested in the credit union. So we don't want to leave them out at all. So hence the reason why we ask folks and be on the lookout for that interesting launch of our advisory services, because we're going to assist you all the way. Let's say from cradle to grave, as they always said.
Wonderful. Hearing a lot of streamlining as well, in addition to conversation. Would you say streamlining is one of the first critical steps in order to bring growth to the economy, particularly?
That's correct. You definitely have to be on track in terms of your administration, in terms of your services, in terms of your documentation and how you do business. You can't do business in isolation. You definitely have to do it in conjunction with others.
You do. A lot of community conversation happening this morning on Spotlight, Mr. Williams. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Before we close, some closing comments for you, hopefully including where you would like to see the Tobago economy within the next financial year.
Yeah, definitely. We know we've been through a bit of a rough spot. Based on the numbers, we can see we were down in 2022, and slowly or surely we will get there. And I just want to tell the folks on island, be encouraged, stay focused. The Tobago Division, the Chamber, we'll definitely be there with you as we navigate throughout this rough patch that we're going through at the moment.
Thank you for your support, Curtis. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and looking forward to seeing you back on the show soon so we can take a little recap of what has developed. Have a good day.
Thank you, and have a good one.
Curtis Williams, Chairman of the Tobago Division of the CNC Chamber of Industry and Commerce this morning, joining the conversation. Stay tuned. There's more coming up on the Now Morning Show, Tobago E Edition.